Good evening, and thanks for agreeing to meet with me. I know this is a bit unorthodox, but I just finished meeting with the board, and they're considering the acquisition of several minibuses for transporting students to school. You see, the problem is that 5 of the school district's bus routes are underpopulated, and therefore the full-size buses on the routes are not being fully utilized. We thought about consolidating these routes into fewer routes, but because the area in which the students live is too large and some students' bus ride to school would exceed the state maximum of 45 minutes, we can't move forward with that idea. So, the school board is considering replacing 5 full-size buses with 8 minibuses, each of which would cover a much shorter route than a full-size bus. The bus drivers in this rural school district are part-time employees whose compensation costs the school district $18,000 per year per driver. In addition to the driver's compensation, the annual cost of operating and maintaining a full-size bus amounts to $50,000. In contrast, the board projects that a minibus will only cost $20,000 annually to operate and maintain. Surprisingly, a minibus driver earns the same wages as a full-size bus driver. The school district controller has estimated that it will cost the district $15,250 initially to redesign its bus routes, inform the public, install caution signs in certain hazardous locations, and retrain its drivers. A minibus costs $27,000, whereas a full-size bus costs $90,000. We use straight-line depreciation for all of our long-lived assets. It looks as though we have 2 options regarding the 5 full-size school buses. First, the buses could be sold now for $15,000 each. Second, the buses could be kept in reserve to use for field trips and out-of-town athletic events and to use as backup vehicles when the buses break down. Currently, the board charters buses from a private company for these purposes. The annual cost of chartering buses amount to $30,000. The school district controller has estimated that this cost could be cut to $5,000 per year if the 5 buses were kept in reserve. The 5 full-size buses have 5 years of useful life remaining, either as regularly scheduled buses or as reserve buses. The useful life of a new minibus is projected to be 5 years also. We use a hurdle rate of 12% on all capital projects. Now normally, I'd be able to do all this myself. But I still have to do mid-year reviews, prepare the monthly forecast and cash flow analysis, work with city personnel to ensure all revenues are accepted and accounted for appropriately, and on top of that, I still have a major glitch in our payroll system that I need to get resolved before payday. Now there's no way I can get back to the board with this month, let alone this week. And I don't have anybody that I feel comfortable delegating this to. It's days like this that I could just quit this job and go work somewhere else. I don't get paid enough for this. But I digress. Listen, this is where you come in. I've heard great things about each of you. I need to get back to them with an answer right away, and I'm counting on you, Joshua, Mariah, Sue, and Temperance. Please, don't let me down. Oh, hello. I was just reviewing the report that you guys sent earlier this week. It's awesome. I'll let the school board know that the minibuses should not be purchased. Come in. Oh, hey, Pete.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing?
What brings you by?
Not much. Do you have a second?
Sure, have a seat.
Oh, thanks.
What can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping I could do something for you.
How so?
Well, remember at the racket club the other day, you mentioned your minibus dilemma.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we go back a long time, and we both know that the school district is not paying you what you're worth. Right? I have my top finance person. They're about to retire at the end of the year. What do you think about working for us at the dealership?
Well, that's pretty tempting, Peter. I'd have to think it over.
You know, Mike, take all the time you need. But in the meantime, how about reconsidering that minibus decision? It can really use the business.
Peter, I told you what the numbers say about that.
Come on, Michael. What are friends for?